What is up, home skillet? It's your girl, Amy P, back with part two of 5 new mistakes dietitians make when billing insurance and how to avoid them. For those of you guys don't know me, I'm Amy Plano. I'm the reimbursement dietitian. I've been successfully billing insurance since 2007. Every year, I have the privilege of helping thousands of dietitians in the reimbursement process, from in my coaching programs to masterclasses to traveling the US, meeting all of your beautiful souls. And today we're going to talk about really like the 5 main ones. I know last week we talked about some as well, but today these are the main ones. And we're also going to talk about, more importantly, how to fix them. So it should not come as any surprise if you guys follow me on social media that the number one mistake I feel most dietitians are making is that they make the assumption that the generic, no referral required, no documentation required Z71.3 can be billed successfully to every insurance. I see this both happen in the insurance-based space as well as dietitians who are billing out of network and giving super bills. The reality is that if Z71.3, nutrition and dietary surveillance, was accepted universally, unlimited by every insurance company, I obviously would not have a job. The reality is, while many insurance companies accept Z71.3 as a primary diagnosis, many do not. But the cool part is there's only 4 insurances that are major ones, the national ones. And once you learn what the rules and regulations are for each of the 4, remember, there's only 4, and there's generally only 2 service codes we use, 97802 and 97803. All we need to learn is how to bill those 4. So the catch all Z71.3 will not work for all of the insurance companies, nor should you be using it for all of the insurance companies. The fix, no BFD, learn how to bill the 4 major ones. And once you bill that fundamental education, you'll never even have to verify patients' benefits because you guys will know exactly how this is all going to play out before you even start it, right? Mistake number 2. I get this all the time. Thinking that the CAQH is an application when the reality is it's just a place to hold your data. Some dietitians will say to me, like they'll come to me like months after they completed their CAQH and they're like, none of the insurance companies have gotten back to me. And I'm like, I'm not really sure what you mean. Like, did you put in applications? It's like, no. I did the CAQH. It took me a really long time. I authorized all of the insurance companies to get back to me in that final disclosure, and nobody has. Okay. Spoiler alert. The CAQH is a place to put your info, but you still need to credential with each insurance company. So if you're listening to this video, press pause and go apply to all of the insurance companies you want to apply to, knowing that the CAQH is part of the process, but we still need to put in an application. Number 3, probably not surprising, is one of the biggest mistakes I see you guys make is actually a mindset issue. It's having a shitty mindset towards accepting insurance. And what I mean by that is dietitians and CNSs who approach insurance as the insurance companies are always trying to fuck you is a very bad place to be. Because what I can tell you as somebody who's been in this space for like 20 years, 98% of the mistakes I see in insurance-based practices are dietitian issues, right? And so if you have a shitty mindset where you own nothing, especially in your insurance-based practice, you will not survive. It's much better to own your shit, right? In 2007, I had no choice but to own my shit, right? Because I did not know what the fuck I was doing. And so that's why I do not understand it. For some reason, dietitians like think this is owed to them, or it should be something that's easy. But if you think about it, when you go to the doctor's office, there's a whole fucking billing department, right? And while I do not think billing insurance is as hard as we think it is, the reality is we still need to learn how to do it. And if mistakes happen, they may not be our fault, but they are our problem, right? I want you to write this one down. Most shit that happens in your business may not be your fault, but it is your problem if you do not learn how to fix it. Okay. So, as hard as insurance feels, as mad as we want to get at it, having a shitty mindset that it's us versus them is a very bad place to be, especially in the beginning of your insurance-based practice. Number 4, this one takes the cake. This is the one that drives me absolutely fucking bonkers, is having your patients verify their own benefits when you do not know what the fuck you're doing. I say this from a place of love. I verified insurance benefits for every single one of my fucking patients in between jobs. I had like 100 jobs, probably for the first 5 years, 7 years of my career. And I used to verify benefits while driving from one job to another with a little sticky on the handle of my Ford Explorer. I'm not even lying. So until you are correcting the reps, do not in any shape or form have your patients verify their own benefits when you do not even know how the plans pay out, right? This is a recipe for disaster, and I see it happen every day. And it kind of ties back to like number 3 is like the mindset that you have. It's your fault, right? It may not be, it becomes your problem, right? It may not be your fault. It really is your fault if you had your patients do it. But the reality is like if you do not know how their plans work, how are you going to even know if the denial you got is because they didn't verify or you billed incorrectly, right? Lots of different things going on in that scenario, but you need to verify benefits until you understand them because people are like, when do I stop doing them? You need to continue to do them until you are correcting the rep when they give you the wrong benefits. How long does it take? Until you understand how to bill insurance, right? What I do today is Monday. I look at the insurance cards for all new patients this week, and I can tell you with complete clarity how each one of them needs to be billed and how they are going to play out. Okay. I am not special. I just have a shit ton of reps, and you need these reps. You passing them off on the patient, I can almost guarantee you will not be successful long term in your practice because you're going to have a lot of pissed off patients when you should really be pissed off at yourself for being so fucking lazy. Okay. I'm just calling a spade a spade. In number 5, this is for more advanced dietitians, but trying to scale before you stabilize. Okay. A lot of times in our insurance-based practices, for myself included, and remember, I've made all of these mistakes, and this is the reason why I'm making these videos, is that we really want to try to scale, so make more money beyond one-on-ones before we have really bulletproof the shit out of our practices. And it's like bringing in children into a bad relationship. If the fundamentals of your practice, if you do not have systems that are efficient in place, if you are not getting paid regularly, if you do not know why your claims are getting denied, we need to go back to the fundamentals, right? And we need to slow down to speed up, because if we try to scale before the practice is stable, systems are in place, we have consistent income, we have a protocol in place when claims are denied, right? So lots of systems in place. Then, and only then, I know you want to kill me, but only then are we going to bring on other team members or scale a different way with products, services, business to business, right? But our bread and butter, right? I want to just remind you guys, because I know it's easy to get tripped up as entrepreneurs. Our bread and butter is seeing patients one-on-one, right? And so unless those systems are tight as fuck, right? We are not moving forward. So let me just recap because these are like 5 ones 5 mistakes I see new insurance-based practice dietitians do, and I'm just going to recap how to fix them, right? Number one, mistake number one, thinking that every single insurance company accepts Z71.3. What is the fix? The fix is learning how to build the 4 major insurance companies: Blue Cross Blue Shield, Aetna, Cigna, UHC. That ties into UMR, right? Once you know the basics, you will feel super comfortable knowing exactly what codes you need to bill. Number two, thinking that CAQH is the actual application. CAQH is not an application, it's a place to put your data. The fix is apply, put in applications with all of the insurance companies, plus doing your CAQH. CAQH done first, applications done second, but they need to be put in. CAQH is not an application. Number three, shitty mindsets towards insurance. Blaming insurance for our shortcomings when reality it is a skill deficit. Billing insurance is a skill that you can learn, that you can get better at. Which leads me into number four, letting your patients verify their own benefits because you are too fucking lazy to learn how to do them, or learn how to do them right, right? The fix is you need to learn them, right? You need to get a script. There's a script on my website you guys can use. There's hundreds of scripts out there, but before you have your patients do it, you need to learn how to do it, because you pushing it on your patients, especially if it's a patient like UHC, is a recipe for denial city, and you know it, right? You know doing this is a cop-out. You know doing this is putting your head in the sand. So you have, if you choose the behavior of having them do it, you have to be okay with the consequence, which is probably losing patients, because the goal is to retain them, right? And if we can't get the first claim paid, there's a good chance that they're going to look at you, even though you had them do it, and blame you for it. And number five, for sizable, so once you're getting busy, the fifth mistake I see dietitians do is trying to scale, add new dietitians, add assistants, add products, services, go business to business. Doing that before the actual infrastructure is stable, right? You need to do an audit of your practice, go through all of your systems. Can you predict your revenue? Do you know your revenue per patient, profit per patient? Do you know like your marketing channels? Do you have consistent referrals? Is your income consistent? Do you have a protocol in place for denials? Do you have a protocol in place for when you're submitting claims, right? All of these systems need to be refined before we scale. And I just want to close this video by saying is that the only way and reason I know the majority of these mistakes is that I have made them, right? And I've been doing this for 20 fucking years. And I don't really have any regrets about the process, because essentially that is how we have been writing the book on insurance, is on Amy P's mistakes. But you guys don't have to struggle. You guys do not have to make these mistakes. But I would say these are my ride or die 5 mistakes. And I would say if you could like master all 5 of these, you will crush it. Because I think they kind of capture all the different buckets in being an insurance-based practice. But I can also say if you're probably doing one of them, you may be doing all of them. And that is a recipe for disaster. And we do not want to do that. I help dietitians and CNSs just like you. I help them at all different levels, whether you're a beginner, whether you're middle, whether you're advancing and trying to scale. We're going to drop the link below. I have services for everyone because I have been in every single different level and I know what it takes. And usually what it takes to get from one level to the next is very different than what it took you to get to that level, right? There's a new devil at every level. So hopefully this video helps. If you see somebody making these mistakes, could you like send them this video? Because sharing is caring. And we do not want them to make any of these mistakes because these are all pretty costly mistakes. So I'll see you guys here next week, same time, same place. Amy Plano, Reimbursement Dietitian, here to answer and solve all of your insurance-based questions so we can just get better.